The invisible prison you built yourself, Lao Tzu's hidden wisdom. Wake up every morning, follow the same routine, chase the same goals, carry the same worries, and yet something inside you quietly whispers that this isn't the life you were meant to live. You tell yourself that one day things will change. One day you'll finally feel free. One day you'll have enough money, enough confidence, enough success, or enough time. But that day never seems to arrive. Instead, the years quietly pass, and the invisible walls around your life grow stronger. What if I told you that the greatest fear have you ever felt trapped, even though no one was physically holding you back? Uison isn't made of concrete or steel. It's made of thoughts, fears, expectations, and beliefs that you've unknowingly accepted as truth. According to Lao Tzu, the strongest chains are the ones we cannot see. They don't lock our bodies. They quietly imprison our minds. Today, we'll uncover the invisible prison you may have built around yourself, why it feels impossible to escape, and how the timeless wisdom of Taoism can help you rediscover the freedom that has always existed within you. From the moment we are born, society begins handing us invisible bricks. We are taught what success should look like, how happiness should feel, and what kind of life deserves admiration. We are told to fit in, work harder, compete with others, and never fall behind. At first, these lessons seem harmless. They appear to prepare us for the future. But over time, every expectation becomes another brick. Every comparison becomes another wall. Every fear of disappointing others becomes another locked door. Without realizing it, we begin building a prison with our own hands. We stop asking what truly makes us happy and instead ask what will make others approve of us. Slowly, the voice of the world becomes louder than the voice of our own heart. One of the strongest prison walls is the belief that your worth depends on your achievements. Modern life constantly encourages us to measure ourselves against everyone else. Someone earns more money. Someone buys a bigger house. Someone travels more often. Someone gains more followers online. Every comparison quietly convinces us that we are falling behind. The problem is that comparison has no finish line. There will always be someone richer, smarter, younger, stronger, or more successful. Lao Tzu observed that nature never compares itself. A flower never feels inferior because another flower blooms earlier. The moon never competes with the sun. Both shine when their time arrives. Yet human beings spend countless hours judging themselves against lives they were never meant to live. Another prison cell is created by fear. Fear of failure. Fear of rejection. Fear of making the wrong decision. Fear of being misunderstood. These fears often become so familiar that we mistake them for reality. We convince ourselves that staying where we are is safer than exploring what could be. We remain in jobs that drain us, relationships that no longer nourish us, and routines that slowly steal our joy because uncertainty feels more frightening than unhappiness. Lao Tzu believed that life flows like water. Water never knows exactly where every turn will lead, yet it continues moving forward without resistance. It trusts the path before it. Imagine how different your life would become if you trusted yourself the way a river trusts its journey toward the sea. Perhaps the most invisible prison of all is the constant need for approval. Many people spend their entire lives trying to become the version of themselves they believe others will accept. They hide their true thoughts, suppress their emotions, and ignore their deepest desires because they fear criticism. But the more you seek approval from others, the more distant you become from yourself. Every time you pretend to be someone you're not, another lock is placed on the prison door. Lao Tzu reminded us that those who know themselves do not need constant validation. Their peace comes from within, not from applause. Imagine waking up one morning and no longer needing permission to simply be yourself. Imagine the freedom that would bring. Modern life has created another invisible prison: endless distraction. Every spare moment is filled with notifications, videos, advertisements, and endless streams of information. Silence has become uncomfortable because silence forces us to meet ourselves. Many people would rather scroll endlessly than spend 10 quiet minutes alone with their thoughts. Yet the soul speaks most clearly in moments of stillness. Lao Tzu believed that muddy water becomes clear when left undisturbed. The same is true for the human mind. Constant noise clouds our judgment. Constant distraction weakens our intuition. If you never allow your mind to become quiet, how will you ever hear the wisdom already living within you? Another powerful prison is the illusion of control. We spend enormous amounts of energy trying to control the future, other people, and circumstances beyond our influence. We create endless plans, worry about every possible outcome, and become frustrated when life refuses to follow our expectations. Yet nature teaches a completely different lesson. The wind cannot be controlled. The seasons cannot be hurried. The ocean cannot be commanded to stop its waves. Lao Tzu understood that true strength comes not from controlling life but from flowing with it. The more tightly you grip life, the more it slips through your fingers. The more gently you move with life's changes, the more peaceful your journey becomes. There is another prison many people never recognize: the stories they repeat about themselves. I'm not good enough. I'm too old. It's too late. People like me never succeed. These sentences quietly shape reality because the mind begins believing whatever it hears repeatedly. Every negative belief becomes another iron bar surrounding your future. But ask yourself something honestly. Who told you these stories? Were they truly your own? Or did you inherit them from people who were trapped inside their own invisible prisons? Lao Tzu encouraged people to empty themselves of unnecessary beliefs. Only an empty cup can receive fresh water. Only a free mind can discover new possibilities. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack every day for 20 years. Eventually, you would forget what it feels like to walk without the weight. Emotional burdens work the same way. Worry becomes normal. Stress becomes familiar. Anxiety begins to feel like part of your personality. But just because you've carried something for a long time doesn't mean you were meant to carry it forever. Freedom begins the moment you question whether the weight truly belongs to you. The beautiful truth is that the prison was never locked. The door has always been standing slightly open. The only thing keeping most people inside is the belief that they cannot leave. Lao Tzu taught that freedom is not something we find somewhere else. It begins when we stop resisting our true nature. The walls you've built over the years may feel strong, but they are made from thoughts, not stone. And thoughts can change. As you continue listening, ask yourself one simple question. If there were no fear, no expectations, and no need to impress anyone, who would you become? That question may be the key that finally unlocks the invisible prison you've been living in all along. If this video gave you a new perspective, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to The Hidden Path, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another journey into timeless wisdom. And I'd love to hear from you. Which part of this video resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.